Hello everyone and welcome back to Policenauts. This is episode 5. Last time we checked out the BCCH and the Tokugawa building where the plot definitely picked up. We had a direct confrontation with Sadaoki himself, and some old friends like Salvatore is also on Beyond Coast as he's picked up a job on the moon base when we thought that he'd returned back home and essentially just kind of gone under the radar, but apparently he's involved, and we're just getting very suspicious at this point of a lot of people. So it's really cool to see the story coming to like this kind of point, and I'm super excited to see what lies ahead, because I think we're entering the next act of Policenauts now, so the next chapter of the story. So we're picking up exactly where we left off with our file saved at the end of it. Let's proceed. Act 2. Astronauts. Here we go. Next phase. Alright, let's see. Let's see what Act 2 is all about. New location. The Brown residence.
いいうちじゃないか、エド。
地価の高いホームじゃこうはいかん。30年間の血と汗の賜物だ。北条の豪邸とは比較にならんが、交通の便はいいんだ。すぐ近くにリニアレールのサウスガーデン駅がある。リニアレールは浮上走行なんで、騒音や振動はそれほど問題にならないんだ。
帰るところがあるのは羨ましいよ。
そうだな。うちに帰るとホッとするよ。さあ、遠慮せずに入ってくれ。
Time to meet Ed's family, dude. Alright, we're on the outside. These look like the houses you find in San Francisco. This is the standard type of house for residential lots here. Doesn't have a garden, but we do have 2 floors. I still have 5 years left on my mortgage. You can't make the lots that big, since the surface of the colony isn't completely flat. That's why they're like the houses you see in San Francisco with all the hills. All I have to show for all these years here is this shack. Is this part of your house too? That house belongs to this nice elderly couple. Nice trees you've got. Those trees are public property. They're part of the Celeste. They don't belong to me. Yeah, I see the control plates. What about this one? That's the house on the other side. I'd like that one better, to be honest with you. Houses here are built as close as they can get to each other. Same story, huh? That belongs to some newlyweds. They moved in about half a year ago. Okay. Information about the neighbors. We got newlyweds and elderly neighbors. The entrance says a lot about a house, don't you think? Let's go inside.
じゃ、入ろうか。
あらパパ、おかえり。
おう、ただいま。
What the fuck?
ゼロ時体操の練習だったのか？
新しいユニフォームなの。どう？
ちょっと見えすぎじゃないのか。
もうそんなことばっかり。素材が決め手なのよ。流行の天然複合新素材。汗の吸収力がいいんだって。
俺は中身の方が興味ありだね。
ほら、
Jonathan!
娘だぞ。
パパ、こちらは？お客さん？
ああ、今日はパパの古い友人を連れてきた。夕食の用意大丈夫か？
ええ、いつも多めに作ってるから。足りなかったらパパの分減らすわね。
勝手にしてくれ。
Anna Brown.
アナです。
ジョナサン・イングラムだ。よろしく。
ジョナサン、あなたが。パパからよく聞いてるわ。
マーク、パパの友達のジョナサンだ。挨拶は
Shy
気を
boy.
悪くせんでくれ。マークは精神的な病気なんだ。言葉を持たん。自閉症のようにな。さあな、着替えて飯の支度を頼む。
そうね。このユニフォーム1時以下で試着してると疲れるの。
残念だな。脱いじゃうのか？
まあパパの友達は理解があるわ。
アナ、早くしてくれ。
わかったわ。
困った娘だ。親をバカにしとる。
いい子じゃないか。
さあ、ジョナさん、ゆっくりしてくれ。疲れだろ。
Keyword there, Jonathan. Kid. Don't flirt with the child, you fucking idiot. Like, what the fuck? Honestly, bro. I'm surprised how clean your clothes are. Anna does the laundry. She's been doing all the housework since Catherine died. Oh, okay. So, wife gone. Regret. Okay. So instead, Ed's like, alright, I'll get my daughter to do all the housework instead. God. Okay. I gotta at least change my shirt every day. Everyone at the station cracks jokes if I don't. How old is that suit? Old. It was pretty cheap too. I can't be fussy about clothes. Things are tight on my salary. Salvatore doesn't seem to have that problem. What do you expect? I'm used to it though. I grew up poor. You remember. You've aged more than I had expected. Yeah, I know. Things haven't exactly been easy the last few years. Cut me some slack. Everyone gets old someday. Can we talk about the moustache? No. Okay. You can't see outside for a house at the back. You can't see outside for the house at the back. This house was cheaper since it doesn't face the central axis. That's my wife, Catherine. She passed away 5 years ago. She really turned some heads back in the day. I liked her hair. She was a quarter white. That's why her hair wasn't that curly. I couldn't do anything for her. I promised her we'd take a nice long trip to home after I retired, just the two of us. Is this a photo of me? Yeah. There he is. I really miss those days. Everything just felt so right. I've got this picture too. You made a copy of it for me. Look at you. You look like you walked straight out of the photo. Look at that stud. Just seeing if there's anything else. Man, 2010. Backpack.
アナの誕生日に買ってやったんだ。あの有名な LS の超高級バッグだ。
そういえばロレインも持っていたな。
This is the in thing, apparently. I don't have a clue when it comes to this stuff. Is there anything else that we can interact with on this? Oh, you can see it says Ellis on it. Ellis is based on Beyond, so they're a little cheaper to buy here on than on home. They're a popular item among tourists. You get a lot of counterfeits floating around these days. Man, I'm dying of hunger here. Those are ordinary sofas, no chaos systems or anything in them. Wish I had something nicer to show people. It's late tonight. I wonder what's taking so long. That's the TV. It's one of those old CRTs. You want to watch something? Cool, we could put some more news on the TV. We had this poster made from a photo of Anna. This was when she came in second at the ribbon event at a 0G gymnastics competition. Anna really does have a nice face. Look at her. That's my baby. Good thing she didn't get her looks from you. That would be one fugly poster. Oh my god. You'll be here all week, huh? Alright, can I investigate the rope? This is the ribbon you use in the ribbon event. It's designed to open up in zero gravity. Nice looking girl, isn't she? And hair? Nope. Okay, cool. Man, I'm dying of hunger here. He just wants us to proceed so we can eat food, and I'm too busy investigating his entire house. Is this like a childhood drawing?
マークの描いた絵だ。この絵はコンクールで入賞したんだ。
何で書いた？
ああ、子供用のグラフィックノートだ。
Oh, cool.
8。これはそのデータをプリントアウトしたものだ。
しかしこの風景は地球のものらしい。
Mark the digital artist. These looks like skyscrapers. Judging from their size relative to the mountains anyway. I guess these are mountains. I wonder which ones they're supposed to be. These are some kind of trees. They look like ones from home. You don't get trees this size and beyond. Is this pig flying? Is this a horse? It's got wings. Is it Pegasus? What is this face on the back? Is this meant to be Mark? That's what his doctor says. Looks like he's trying to tell you something. These are airplanes. You don't see planes here.
ジェット機といい、ビルといい、木といい、すべて地球のものだ。
そうなんだ。マークの想像がなんだが、マークは一度もホームに行ったことがないんだ。
こんな絵を描くとは訳ありだな。この少年がマーク本人だとすると、このビヨンドから出たいんじゃないのか？
ああ。
Yeah, it seems like he's romanticizing home, even though he was never been home, and so he's a beyond. He's got these, seems to have like those, the feelings, like the pull to go home. This is the moon. It's a crescent moon. Okay. Alright, I think we're good. It's late tonight. I wonder what's taking so long. Alright, let's see. Anything else that I can interact with? That's a solar chandelier Catherine bought. It draws in sunlight during the day, makes the room a little brighter. You can still use it at night, of course. Alright, shall we... Before we talk to Ed, let's watch the TV. I wonder what's on. Get that Beyond Coast news, baby. Let's see what CG Karen's up to.
こんにちは。ニュースオーダーの時間です。
Solar flares.
太陽フレア予報です。昨日から今日にかけて大きな太陽フレアもなく、今日一日大量の放射線の心配はありません。放射線量も微量で安定しているでしょう。シールド注意報も解除されています。
Dude, a solar flare would be terrifying on Beyond.
カレン北条がお伝えしました。
Like, legit. You'd be like, oh yeah, so there's probably a threat of a giant solar flare. And we're trapped in space. That'd be fine. Okay.
これも CG だろうか。
彼女、まだ復帰してないはずだからな。
Alright, we're gonna do it once more, see if there's another story. You and your TV. That's right. I gotta get everything, Ed, before I talk to you and progress the story. I gotta watch the TV!
それでは次のニュース。ビヨンド内でパーソナルバーチャルリアリティ用のわいせつアダルトソフトを違法制作・販売していたゴールド映像の関係者3名と PVR に出演していた AVR 女優2名が検挙されました。調べを受けたゴールド映像ではこれまで50タイトル以上もの PVR 用わいせつソフトを通信販売、年間50億円もの荒稼ぎを行っていた模様です。今回 AVR 女優までもが検挙されたというケースは初めてのことです。わいせつ AVR は手軽に家庭内で遊べることから未成年への悪影響が問題沙汰されていた矢先のことでした。
ここでもポルノ VR が流行してるらしいな。
Kojima predicting VR porn.
以上 BBC からお伝えしました。
Fucking hell. God damn. Not the story I expected, but the story we deserved. Okay. Let's talk to Ed now. I think we're good. What is it? Let's ask about... So we can ask about the family. We can show him stuff. Let's show the stuff first, just to get the dialogue out of the way. What do you suppose happened to the guy? Amazing, it's already been 30 years. It's late tonight. I wonder what's taking so long. Well, we've got Hojo's ID now. It'll probably come in handy for something. Yeah, here's hoping. Okay. Let's ask about Anna. She really is a nice kid. I'm so proud of her. I know I can count on her. She takes after her mother. She must be popular with the boys, judging from that poster. She does everything around the house now that Catherine's gone. I owe her a lot. I always appreciate a woman who cooks for you and does your laundry. She does everything around the house. There you go. Mark.
マークはエドの？
見ての通り、マークは肌の色が違う。俺の子じゃない。マークは養子なんだよ。
Oh, adopted Mark. Which means Mark could quite potentially be from home. And that painting is him thinking about wanting to go back. I'm gonna my instant thing that's just come to mind is I'm gonna call a potential twist or story revelation is that this Mark kid that Ed adopted is the baby that was in the photo with Chris. Maybe. I'm gonna air that thought now, and if it's wrong, it's wrong, but if it's right, that's the thought that came to mind immediately at him mentioning that that kid was adopted, and Chris being really sus about the whole baby photo thing. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Mark's background.
マークはある事件の生存者なんだ。その時に本当の両親を失っている。
そうだったのか。
It's late tonight when those things so long. So apparently he lost his parents. Perhaps because Chris could have been telling the truth when it's not her baby, but it's the baby of like a friend, and then maybe she's being kind of weird about talking about it because it might be a touchy subject because she lost those friends, and then Mark got adopted. Who knows? It's not out the window, but we will see. We're getting more information about it. It's drawing a lot of attention to it, I feel, especially, well, not really. I mean, the painting is very obscure and in the background and easy to miss, but it's all painting some sort of an image for me.
キャサリンが亡くなった暑い年だった。
Ah.
ナーク中毒者が正気を失って家族を襲うという事件が起きた。
Oh shit.
中毒者は自分の妻をナイフでめった突きにし、息子まで巻き添えにしようとした。
Fuck.
現場に居合わせ、その子を守るために男を射殺した。その子の目前で。ああ、俺はあの時から銃を抜けなくなったんだ。
Wow.
デカとしては命取りだよ。
That was a very unexpected flashback. That was a very unexpected flashback. Far out. So the wife was murdered, and then Ed had to gun down the dude right in front of Mark. And then out of guilt, I guess, adopted him. Hey kid, murdered your dad. I'm your dad now. That's fucking...
マークはあの事件のショックで口が聞けなくなった。両親が目前で殺されたんだ。あの子のショックは相当なものだったに違いない。
さっき自閉症とか言ってたが、精神的なショックでは自閉症にならないんじゃ。
ああ、正確に言うと自閉症ではないんだ。わかりやすいと思ってな。緘黙症とかいうらしい。無理に話そうとすると痙攣するんだ。無言症とも言われるらしいが、マークは言葉では自分を表現できないんだ。
それで絵を描かせてるのか。
マークは一日中絵を描いてるか古い映画を見ているかだ。
マークとはうまくいってるのか？
いや、俺のことを父親としては見てくれてないだろう。
そうなのか。
マークは俺を憎んでる。
エド、いつかは心を開いてくれるさ。
そう思いたい。しかしマークは。
焦ることはないじゃないか。時間をかければ話せるようになるさ。エドはマークを
愛してる。
なら気長に待つことだ。
Wow. I've been to several doctors, but apparently it's not that easy a thing to get over. Have you thought about going to home for treatment? We could never do that. Why could you never do that? I gave Mark a tablet PC to try and give him a way to express himself. Sounds like a good idea. It's quite a picture he drew. I thought maybe he could communicate through pictures, you know? I don't know how much difference it's making. It's late tonight. What's taking so long? I don't know, bud. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. It could just be like totally separate. But imagine if like Chris was like, oh, you know, like my friends were killed and I thought that the child was taken too, and that's why it was a touchy subject to talk about in that photo. I always thought he was dead, but it turns out he was adopted by Ed. I don't know. It would be like a twist. Or just like a story thing. But it's probably just me trying to like draw connections to things that are probably not even there. Catherine. She's the reason I stuck it out here. I miss her every single day. You saw her picture. Didn't think I'd find a pretty girl to marry me, did you? I met her at BCP. She was a cop too. One day she comes along and gives me a ticket for parking in front of the station. I always hoped you'd get to meet her. She was a great woman. After we got married and had Anna, she quit her job and started working part-time in a weightless area. She eventually developed kidney stones because of it. Part of the calcium that your bones lose in weightlessness collects in the kidneys. How do you treat something like that? The only thing they could do for her was a kidney transplant, but there was a real shortage of organs back then, even more than today. 80% of people on the waiting list died before a donor was found. It must have been terrible to have her die waiting for a transplant. And then he's like, it's late tonight. I wonder what's taking so long.
用意ができたわ。パパ、どうぞジョナサン。
We just had to exhaust all of the dialogue before we could move in. While she was waiting, she had to go on dialysis every 3 days for about 4 to 5 hours. She eventually developed amyloidosis because of it. That's when deposits of amyloids accumulate in your joints and tendons. It's extremely painful. I couldn't bear watching her suffer like that. You probably know that your immune system is considerably weakened in microgravity too. Space has scared the hell out of me ever since what happened to Catherine. It never did that to me when we were Policenauts. That's how it was back then. We didn't talk about those things. We didn't think about those things. Okay. Oh. She must have taken care of Mark as well. Yeah, Mark's never opened up to me. New dialogue about Mark after doing that stuff. Okay. Okay. It's out. Hurry up, guys. It's dinner time. Go to the dining room. Let's go.
ジョナさん、飯にしよう。
さあ、召し上がって。
Bone apple feet. Let's go. Ah, I can interact with this delectable meal. This is tempura. It's hard getting seafood here, so it's a little different from the tempura on home. It consists mainly of microorganic proteins. These look like they just came out of the fryer. That's unohana, also called akara. It's soybean curd. Soybean curd? There seems to be an awful lot. Yeah, I think I made too much. Those are vegetables grown in Beyond's agricultural ring. They're ultra-high pressure sterilized, so they're fresher than heat sterilized ones. They don't use any pesticides or chemical additives here. They'd end up polluting this less. They don't need to use them. We have virtually no insects that would damage any crops. This is artificial salt made with ornithine and taurine. Taurine salt. Natural salt contains sodium ions, which are bad for you, but this salt is perfect for eating. Give me that guarana taurine monster energy drink ass salt. This is a type of calcium food made from crushed eggshells. It's a condiment. Interesting. Future food, dude. This is Odin. Basically a bunch of things mixed together. It's popular with the Japanese cuisine boom going on right now. There's a lot of steam coming off it. What do you got? You're not eating very much, are you? It's hard work keeping a nice figure. I don't want to overeat. Don't worry about me. You go ahead and eat. What's with these plates? They look different from regular plates. They've got sensors in them that record the number of calories and portion sizes. Interesting. They beep if you go over the amount you've set them to. Okay. I feel like a damned farm animal. Go ahead and try something, Jonathan. Interesting. Futuristic plates, dude. This will be enough to fulfill my calorie requirement for dinner. Okay. Quail is the easiest source of protein to obtain in space, but it's hard to prepare. Okay, so you can look at things and then choose what to eat. Okay. That's calcium milk, one of Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals' functional foods. It's got K-9 phosphopeptides in it, so it's a good source of calcium. I say milk, but it's actually soy milk. Soy milk, baby! It's very high in calcium. Why don't you have some? That's a soybean and seaweed stew. It's full of calcium. We're all about calcium here. Can you see this household being very calcium filled because you fucking need it. Otherwise, you'll get kidney stones and you'll die. So they just like, all right, guys, bump up that calcium content. I don't want you to die like my wife did. Go ahead, have as much as you'd like. Yeah, what do you got, Ed? These plates are nice. That's Dad's plate. We each have our own plate we use every time. We're able to monitor our health that way. It records how much of each food I've eaten. Can you imagine? A record of how much food you've eaten. What was that? I wonder if this one's got sensors too. So weird. What are you holding? Why are you holding back, Jonathan? Eat as much as you want. I made plenty for all of us. What's this thing here? Is that caviar? Yeah, but those aren't sturgeon eggs. That's artificial caviar made from seaweed. Don't worry, it tastes the same. You mean that kind made with sodium alginate or whatever? Alginate or whatever? What's this thing here? It's a neat little gadget. He must carry it around everywhere. Oh, that's the tablet. And it's got a chair for it. Pictures are Mark's only way of expressing himself. What? Eat? Yeah, let's eat the tablet. I really hope he starts talking again someday. Why can I choose to eat the tablet? What the fuck? What? I want to pick it now just to see what happens. Looks like he keeps his tablet with him even at the table. About the only time he doesn't have it is when he's taking a bath. He's always off in his own world. Go ahead and try something, Jonathan. It must be hard for him, all he's gone through. Poor guy's lost the innocence of his childhood. Kinda weird, isn't it? Me having a white son. Alright, we're gonna eat the tablet for dinner. You're wasting time with that when you have all this food in front of you? Are you trying to hurt my feelings? What the fuck? Why is that even an option? So weird. What's back there? That's the kitchen. That's where I go to work. Must be nice having a family, Ed. You look happy. Yeah? Thanks. You're not hungry or something? You're not eating very much. No, just had a big lunch, remember? Do you not like my cooking, Dad? Go ahead and try something, Jonathan. You're really cute, Anna. You look just like your mother. I mean, she's rocking that blue hair, so she looks more like Jonathan's kid, but that's fine. Try telling my dad that. The boys must talk to you all the time. Don't encourage her. I don't want you giving her any ideas. Okay, what else we got? I think we'll just try and talk to people.
マーク、なかなか絵が上手だね。地球へ来たら一緒にスケッチしようか。おじさんも絵を描くんだ。 今度見せてあげようか。
ジョナサン、マークお前に懐いているよ。普通なら他人と食事は一緒にしない。
そうか。
珍しいことだが、多分そのタバコだろう。
Reminds me of home.
マークはタバコに興味があるんだ。
Oh.
古い映画なんか見るとタバコ吸ってるでしょ。
はは、映画ファンらしいからな。
マークはあれに憧れてるの。
実際にタバコを加えた人間を見るのはお前が初めてだろう。
マーク、いい趣味してるよ。
So I hear you always carry that tablet around. I saw your drawing. That's home, isn't it? You know, I come from home. Maybe one day I'll show you the real thing. Hey, don't put ideas in his head. You should eat up, Mark. Okay. Wonder if Jonathan can get Mark to speak. Hey, Ed. What is it? Ask about his family first.
エド、本当にいい家族だな。
俺の唯一の自慢だ。ただマークのことはあるな。
大丈夫さ。時間が解決してくれる。
だといいが。
You must be busy a lot, what with 2 kids. I really do owe you an apology, Ed. I got you into this without knowing your situation. That wasn't right. It's okay. It's time I turned things around. I said all those things without knowing everything that happened to you. No, you're absolutely right. I'd become too servile. What do you think about everything that's happened? Well, we haven't really gotten any physical evidence or leads, but I'm with you. The whole thing stinks. Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals is hiding something. Oh wow, opens up a whole bunch. We need evidence sufficient enough to allow BCP to open an official investigation. I said all those things, I don't know what happened to you. Hojo. Something tells me he's already dead. That's the feeling I get. Who knows what's happened, but Hojo must have gotten in their way somehow. That guy followed Lorraine all the way to home. She must have known something too. They wanted to shut her up. Those capsules were obviously worth killing for, but why? Can't you keep work away from the dinner table, Dad? I mean, it's my fault. I'm the one pushing it. You think they'd go after Karen? It doesn't look like she knows anything. She'll probably be alright. As long as she doesn't do anything to arouse any suspicion. Why don't you guys just try and enjoy your dinner? Because I must get the lore and information! It looks like this thing goes way beyond Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals. Tokugawa himself has to be involved too. Oh, he's definitely involved. This ain't gonna be easy going up against the group like this. We have to think about how well we're gonna handle this. Especially because Tokugawa is like everywhere doing so much things. If there's something that happened right up at the top of Tokugawa, that affects everything. It's crazy. How to proceed?
さて、これからどうする？
奴らも動き出すはずだ。徳川の出方を見張ろう。
どうもこういうじれったいやり方は性に合わない。
仕方がない。ここは OLA じゃないんだ。
All that talking will give you indigestion. Alright, come on, Dad, eat up. Alright, we've spoken to Ed, now we'll speak to Anna, and then we'll choose what to eat. I didn't even notice that there's an option to eat Anna, apparently. Cannibalism! Or is it? Oh, the change of angle on the... Jonathan changes to look at her, that's great. Hey, Anna, what is it?
アナ、好きな人いるのかい？恋人とか。
おらんおらん。
もうパパったら今まではいなかったけど好きな人できたわ。
こら、こいつはダメだぞ。
どうして？
一緒に同行して分かった。やっぱりこいつは好き。
Oh, it's not. You're not wrong.
エド。
I mean, you're not wrong. You have a job, Anna? I used to be a guide at the Astronauts Memorial Museum until last month. I was majoring in space history before, so it was a good experience for me. I think I'm ready for a relationship, you know? A real relationship. Somebody older, more mature. What are you talking about? You're still a kid. No. She's a woman, alright, and quite a woman at that. Cooking. Do you always do the cooking? Yeah, I love to cook, but on Beyond, nutritional balance is more important than taste, especially when it comes to calcium. Tokugawa put up recipes on Beyond Net every day. It's not that hard with those around. Cool. School? Do you like school, Anna? What's your major? You do any sports? Yeah, it's great. My major is bioethics. As for sports, I do zero-G rhythmic gymnastics. I've got plenty of friends, all girls though. I don't know what the schools on home are like, but I love mine. Since you know so much about space history, you mind if I pick your brain? How about a story related to food? It said the first person to use chopsticks in space was astronaut Onizuka, who later died in the Challenger disaster. It's interesting. The interesting thing is he didn't eat Japanese food with them. Wow. The first people to eat solid food in space were astronauts Young and Grissom aboard Gemini 3. They smuggled sandwiches on board. Sandwiches in space. How do you like my cooking? Not bad for someone my age, huh? This would be considered space food to someone from home. Calcium cuisine. How does calcium fit in with your diet here? What's important isn't so much the amount of calcium, but the balance between the calcium and the phosphorus. If there's too much phosphorus, your body won't be able to absorb the calcium. I do zero-G rhythmic gymnastics, so I always try to make sure I get enough calcium. Well, people of color have naturally higher calcitonin levels anyway, so it's not as bad for me. Cool. What I really like about what Kojima puts in here, and I've said this during Metal Gear Solid, and I've said this during Death Stranding, just like talking about like Kojima's writing style, is he really does this. He kind of like puts in a lot of effort to go and above and beyond for his like world building. Like he explains everything in like very good detail, sometimes over explains a lot of things, but he really like wants to lay out everything of like, this is how the world works, this is its structure, these are its rules, this is everyone living their day-to-day life. He really like immerses you in these experiences by showing you how everything like connects and talking about like, hey, if there's a whole civilization in space, people are probably going to have questions about like the details of how does that work, instead of just going like, it just works. He talks about like the struggles of living in space and how they have come up with ways to, you know, deal with that. And I've always like joked about like these games is always like this sort of history lesson with Kojima, like him being our teacher, and he teaches all of these like real fun facts and actual history and information, but winds it into his fiction. And I think that's like really cool. So I always like reading about this because it just makes everything feel more like real and believable. You know, like you can easily make your sci-fi stories about civilization in space, living on a space station, and you just go, that's just because it's possible in this fictitious story. But I like the other element to it, the other detail where there's this whole layer of being able to, if you want, because it's all optional, if you want, being able to learn the explanation behind how these things work. There's a lot of that intricate details, and this is just, it's definitely in his style to do that. Obviously coming from the Metal Gear Solid series and Death Stranding, it's consistent. It's nothing if not consistent. So I like it. It's great. Let's ask about the zero-G. I think it's the coolest sport around. There's friction between the Zero-G Gymnastics Association and Beyond's Board of Education over the calcium loss issue, though. Its critics say it isn't good for kids who are still growing. I saw your poster, don't worry, that thing's gonna take off like you won't believe. It's even better than mud wrestling. There's only one stadium on Beyond, it would be nice if we had some more. Bioethics. With all the advances in science over the years, like organ transplantation and gene therapy, we've entered territory some say is reserved for God, which is also a very realistic take that a lot of people come up with, is like, do humans have the right to play God with the amount of stuff that we're doing? When it comes to like full-on like cyberpunk related stuff as well, like in sci-fi, like being able to like change a whole bunch of stuff, they're like, a lot of people are just like, no, we've gone too far. And I'm like, fuck it, I want robot eyeballs, man. Let me put a camera in my eye because I don't have to hold a camera. I can just take cool photos with my eyes. And also a blade in my hand. We study other issues as well, like artificial fertilization, surrogate mothers, cloning, and the relationship between comas, persistent vegetative states, and organ transplantation. That's another thing, is like, there's been a lot of stuff, there's been some dialogue and information about like fertilization and surrogate mothers and Policenaut DNA, apparently, as well. It feels like there'll be some relevance or something to do with that'll come up eventually. It's a field that's been gathering a lot of attention since the turn of the century. Okay, I think that's enough talk for now. You haven't eaten anything, Jonathan. I should at least have something to drink. That's right, I'm gonna eat Anna now. This looks much more appetizing to me. You say something, Jonathan? I most definitely did not. I'm telling you, keep your hands off my daughter. If I don't eat something, I'll offend Anna. Look, it's cold now. Alright, what are we gonna have? Vegetable salad? I don't mind a good Caesar salad, but this. Vegetable salad. If I don't eat something, I'll offend Anna. I'm gonna go for this.
よし、一つ食べてみよう。なんだこれ。
ジョナサンがもたもたしてるから冷めちゃったじゃない。ジョナサン、どんどん食べてね。冷めちゃったけど。
ああ、遠慮せんとな。お前は俺と違ってまだ30代だからな。けど
Oh, just disappeared.
はい、ブラウンです。え？どちら様ですか？ええ。はい。はい、そうです。お待ちください。パパ？ビデオフォンよ。ちょっと変なの。音声信号だけでカプセルのことで話したいって。
カプセル？はい、エド・ブラウンだ。誰だ？
誰でもいい。あんたらの損になる話じゃない。いいか、よく聞け。AMM に来るんだ。あの探偵も連れてこい。北条健三のことについて嗅ぎ回ってんだろう。
どうしてそれを？
なことはどうでもいい。来るのか来ないのか。
わかった。AMM だな。
いい話が聞けるぜ。AMM のパイオニアの前だ。
パイオニア？
来ればわかる。俺の名はナインスターズ。じゃあな、ポリスノーツ。
9 stars. Okay.
ジョナさん、撒いた種が芽を出したぞ。種込みだ。
餌にかかったか。どうだ？
AMM 宇宙飛行士記念博物館。
AMM か。アナがバイトしてたという。すぐ乗り込もう。
待って、全部食べてからにしてよ。まだ時間はあるわ。冷めちゃったけど。
アナ、ごちそうさま。美味しかったよ。
ジョナサン？
また今度。
もう知らない。
マーク、今度絵を見せてくれよな。
行くぞ、ジョナさん。
Okay. Dinner time's over. We had the tempura, and he's just like, first time trying space food. He's like, not bad.
誰だろう？
行けばわかる。しかしあのビデオ本、聞いたことのある声だった。
いいタイミングでタレコミが入って助かった。アナには悪いが、
お前はいい。俺は毎日だ。毎日わけのわからんものを食わされてる。
エド、お前が作るよりマシだろ。再婚でもするか。
これ以上厄介はごめんだ。
なら我慢するんだな。
Poor Ed. Nice. The Astronauts Memorial Museum.
ここが宇宙飛行士記念博物館 AMM だ。
AMM.
タレコミ屋の指定場所にしては賑やかだな。
週末だから観光客も多い。その方が安全だと思ったんだろう。
信用して大丈夫だろうか。
ここで思案してもどうにもならん。さあ、そろそろ約束の時間だ。指定の場所へ急ごう。
I wonder who our informant is, and if it's like, if this is a safe situation. I mean, if it's a crowded space, then it must be good, but at the same time, how did they know? I can't wait to find out. This is part of Beyond's artificial sea. Anything live in it? You bet. Contains the same amount of salt as the seawater on home. They regulate the water's evaporation rate and salinity by producing waves to circulate the water. What's inside it? Plenty. On top of the fish, it's got seaweed and all sorts of other marine plants. They let you fish and swim in it if you want. We even get floaters in it every now and then. These are palm trees selectively bred for Beyond. All plants here are resistant to ultraviolet radiation of high photosynthesis rates. That's how we have plenty of air to breathe with so few of them around. Is he talking about floaters with poop or bodies? One of the two. Palm tree selectively bred for Beyond. The building is modelled after Kennedy Space Center's Vehicle Assembly Building. The scale and inside are totally different, but its outside appearance is an exact recreation. I thought it looked familiar. Launch Complex 39. We went to Kennedy once for part of our training, remember? There's the main entrance there. What about tickets? Admission's free during the anniversary celebrations. Convenient. That's AMM. It's like being back at the Kennedy Space Center.
このロケット軍は
宇宙開発に貢献したロケットの展示だ。本物もあるがほとんどがレプリカだ。
地球にもこんな感じのところがあったな。
そうだ。ケネディ宇宙センターのロケットガーデンだろ。
ロケットガーデン。
確かあそこからも何台か持ってきてるはずだ。
That's Space Shuttle Discovery, you know as Orbiter Vehicle 103. It flew more missions than any other shuttle. It also carried the first Japanese mission specialist into space. It's cool seeing all these. Makes the place look like some space base from an old sci-fi movie. That's the Russian Proton rocket. It launched the Salyut space stations. Cool. Space geeks must freak out when they see this. That's the Saturn V rocket. It launched the Apollo missions. It was the largest rocket of the 20th century. That's the Russian Soyuz 11A5-11. It played a huge part in space exploration. We owe a lot to it. Yeah, it launched all of Russia's Soyuz flights. More flights than any other rocket. This little one in the background here. What's that one there? That's right, I remember now. That's the Chinese FB-1 rocket. That's Europe's Ariane 1 launcher. The Arianes were used a lot for launching business satellites. Business satellites. That's the H2 rocket built by Japan's NASDA, also now known as JAXA. It was developed solely with Japanese technology. Yeah, this was before Japan brought up all of Russia's space technology. Its first launch was 1994, a precursor to Tokugawa Heavy Industries' current domination. Yeah, there's a couple over here too. That's the Titan 34D rocket. That's the Atlas D rocket. It was used for part of Project Mercury. It's the rocket that launched craft like Friendship 7 and Aurora 7. Cool. What about this bad boy right here, baby? That's our car. We really do stick out in this thing. Reminds me of my uniform days. I parked a little away from the building as a precaution. Alright, let's go inside.
それじゃ入場しよう。
博物館か。ワクワクする。
勘違いするな。タレコミ屋に会いに来たんだぞ。いいな。
Sorry, I'm gonna forget while we're here and I'm gonna investigate everything.
ここがサンゴホールと呼ばれているロビーだ。
なるほど。でかいサンゴだな。
That boy looks like he'd be in middle school or so. He's looking at that plate. He couldn't be the informant. That's the AMM guide. A lot of them are just school kids working part-time. So this is what Anna was doing before? I'm always worried about her. I guess being a guide at a museum's not that bad. This looks like a security guard. Nope. He looks like a college student. He's studying that capsule there. That's Project Mercury's Friendship 7, which carried the first American into orbit around home. Astronaut Glenn's mission lasted 4 hours, 55 minutes, taking him around home 3 times. It was launched by an Atlas rocket like the one outside. This is in pretty good shape for something that old. This is only a replica. The real one was charred to a crisp when it re-entered the atmosphere. Doesn't look like he's the informant. This guy looks like he could be the informant. This guy. Or her. One of the two.
Russia のミール宇宙ステーションのミニチュアだ。
宇宙長期滞在記録を出したり、日本人を初めて宇宙で迎えたり、よく覚えてる。旧ソ連が崩壊してからしばらく放置されていた。
そうだ。その後、日本の企業に売却された。後の徳川だ。実物はまだ地球軌道を回っている。今では宇宙博物館として使われてるらしい。
あの頃は旧ソ連が蓄積した宇宙技術を日本企業に売却するニュースを毎日のようにやっていたな。
宇宙開発後進国であった日本がここまでなったのもあの技術売却があったからだ。
The almighty yen.
日本企業が初めて宇宙に実質的なビジネスを持ち込んだ。
Interesting.
これはホームから取り寄せた本物のサンゴ礁の化石だ。この中にはホームの大気中の CO2 が大量に溶け込んでいる。セレスのシンボルとしてこのホールに置かれている。
セレスのシンボルか。カレンのうちにあったセレスの模型にもサンゴが入っていたな。
そうだったな。
人間には真似できない自然の脅威か。
苦労したらしい。ホームからここまで運んでくるのに。
Okay. So coral is also a thing that we've seen before, popping up here and there. Interesting having a space station museum in a space station, orbiting space. It's a father and a son, I guess. They're studying the coral reef together. Looks like they're having fun. I don't think either of them would be the informant. Here's an old man. He must be at least 80 or so. He looks really interested in everything. Maybe being here has brought back some old memories. This is an emotional place for terrestrials. He doesn't seem like the informant. You should bring Mark here, Ed. That boy must be in elementary school. I was just like him when I was his age, in love with space. There's no way he could be the informant. Could he? It's the child. It's a kid. Looks like he's asking something in information. Maybe he's lost. I can't picture him being the informant. Alright, it's either this guy, or it's this woman over here. 50-50. That guy there keeps looking around. Maybe he's waiting for someone. His girlfriend, maybe? I bet a number of people come on dates here. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, nothing. I doubt he's the informant. Okay, not this guy, apparently. Young guy who looks like he's waiting for someone. Which means it's our mysterious character facing the other way. It's a young girl. Looks like she's here on our own. She's looking for something on the information board. She couldn't be the informant. What? Okay. It's no one. Alright, let's go to the reception desk then. It's a guide girl working reception. We could try asking her about the place the informant mentioned. Do you have a minute? How can I help you? Oh, doesn't show a close-up shot this time at the reception. It's just staying in the lobby. Alright. Let's ask about... Oh yeah, the Pioneer, right? That's what we need to know. And then the guy's referring to himself as 9 stars. Let's ask about the finishing time first. Straight to business, guys. Gotta ask when she's getting off work. What time do you finish? The museum closes at 7 PM. No, not that. I meant, when do you finish? Oh. You're trying to hit on a guide at a museum? When do they let you guys off? Why? You planning to break in and steal something? You had that one coming. I'm hurt, Ed. Genuinely hurt. Come on, man. What do you think we came here for? I need to keep a closer eye on honor in the future with guys like you out there. The museum is divided into three main corners: Beyond, Moon, and Space. Here at AMM, you'll find a thorough retracing of space exploration and development from its genesis to the present day. The theme of our exhibition is Beyond, Gateway to the Stars. We're run by the Tokugawa Group and receive the full support of the International Space Promotion Agency. Tokugawa runs this too? There's very little you can do in Beyond without Tokugawa. Where can we find a Pioneer around here? The only Pioneer we have is Pioneer 10. We don't have Pioneers 1 through 9 or 11. And where is Pioneer 10? Pioneer 10 can be found at the Space Corner. Let's go take a look. We don't have Pioneer Venus 1 or 2 either. The only Pioneer we have is Pioneer 10 at the Space Corner. Alright. Let's go to... Ah, okay, cool. We can go check out the other corners first as well. Let's go to the Moon Corner.
ここはアポロ計画を中心に月面関係が展示されているコーナーだ。
月面のセットがそのまま再現されてる。
Cool. That's Surveyor, the lunar probe that was used to scout for landing sites for the Apollo missions. Surveyor 1 got there several years before the first humans arrived. The Surveyor program ended with Surveyor 7, 18 months before the first manned mission. Cool. That's the lunar roving vehicle that was taken aboard Apollos 15, 16, and 17. I'm assuming Apollos, it should just be Apollo, right? Translation. It was electric powered with a top speed of 14 kilometers an hour on a flat surface. Kind of like an EMPS for the guys back then. That's the lunar EVA, the EVA suit, used during the Apollo program. Look at the stuff they had to wear back then, must have weighed a ton. Today's hard suits look much easier to move in. That's another second generation lunar EVA suit. This is a replica of Apollo 11's lunar module, the Eagle, July 20th, 1969. Who could ever forget that day? The ascent module was recovered and brought back home, but the descent module is still out there. The Saturn rocket outside is the same as the ones that launched the Apollo missions. It's the American flag. The Apollo astronauts planted one on the surface after each landing. When you think about it, planting a national flag in space like that does seem pretty ridiculous, even if it was smack during the middle of the space race. That was back when America was still a superpower. She needed a way of flexing her muscle. Space was dominated by a handful of countries in those days. Yeah, and now businesses dominate it. I could not imagine the mental anguish of being the first men in space, like the first humans in space, and you're just like, well, I fucking hope this works, you know, like landing on the moon, and then it's like, well, I hope I can get back, you know, like all of that, like the whole thing would be terrifying from start to finish. Like it would just be such an insane thing that I cannot even comprehend it. Space is just so massively overwhelming that it's like almost impossible to comprehend. Oh my god, what the fuck? Dude.
エド、俺たちポリスノーツの人形が並んでるぞ。
驚いたか？このビヨンドコーナーではポリスノーツであった俺たちはヒーローってわけだ。
Dude, that's so funny.
この長さで歴史上の人物とは。
そう言うな。俺たちも宇宙開発に少しは貢献したんだ。光栄じゃないか。
少しはか。
That's so sick, the fucking, like, wax models. We got the wax model mannequins of the Policenauts.
ユーリーが積載していた脱出用ポッドのサバイバルボールだ。ゴールドスリープの機能も搭載している。
Yep, that's me.
もう少し大きいがな。
That's me.
俺はこの中で30年間も宇宙をさまよっていたんだ。そのために宇宙不適応者になった。
ジョナサンの生命を30年間維持し続けたんだ。よくできたカプセルだよ。
コールドスリープとしてはまさに実験段階だった。救出された時は寝たきり老人と変わらなかった。
今じゃ筋肉の低下もあまりない。
俺は1年以上も歩けなかった。
Oh, wow.
クマの冬眠の研究の成果だ。
クマ？
人間は筋肉を使わなければ3日で衰える。しかしクマは冬眠中半年以上も筋肉を維持できるんだ。
なるほど。 熊の方が宇宙飛行士に向いてるようだ。
今やこのコールドスリープを熊の冬眠と呼んでいる。
That's such a cool fact, like researching bears to deal with muscle atrophy. It's a survival ball, the escape capsule you used, a time machine that carried me 25 years into the future. This is a replica of the Yuri, the forerunner to the modern EMPS. Its emphasis was on mechanical work outside the colony, so its armor's thin and only lightly equipped. Totally different setup from today. It was hailed as the successor to NASA's MMU. Hard to imagine this is where the combat EMPS evolved from, huh? Still better than the suits at the moon corner, though. You can't really compare this to the old lunar suits. Yeah, I suppose that's true. This is what I had my accident in. Nearly sent me on a one-way ticket to nowhere. Can't stand the sight of this thing. You had a survival ball with you too. Good thing I did. Yeah, after all, the Yuri didn't have its own life pod. You made me take it, just in case, you said. The Yuri by itself would only have kept you alive for 3 days. Wow. This is a small monument built in honor of the Policenauts. It's even got our autographs on it. So it does. Makes you feel kind of stupid, don't it? We're like some Hollywood stars.
このビヨンドの位置が記されているマップだ。
ラグランジュポイントの L5。
そう。この地球と月の重力バランスの均衡位置にコロニーは浮かんでいる。
ニュースで見たんだが、このコロニーも傷んできてるんだろ？
もう30年も経つからな。
疑問に思うんだが、なぜこのタイプのコロニーは作られないんだ？
これには技術的な問題もあるだろうが、コロニーの建築業者が絡んでいるんだ。
政治的な問題？
まさに今、コロニー建設のシェアは徳川建設が独占している。もともと徳川のコロニー技術はトーラス型のものだ。ここのオニール型は欧米の技術。
つまり癒着。徳川がオニール型を排除した。
そうだろうな。徳川が自社のトーラス型を売り込んだ結果だろう。もちろん大型オニールコロニーの欠陥も発見された上でのことだ。
ビヨンドがオニール型の欠陥を自ら証明した。
そこへうまく徳川が介入したんだ。
道理でコロニー老朽化をバンバン宣伝してるわけだ。しかしこのコロニーを作った欧米企業も黙っちゃいないだろう。コロニー建設といえばオリンピックより儲かる。
それだけではない。オニール型のコロニーを推し進めていた欧米企業もコロニーの部品を徳川に依存していたからなんだ。
徳川抜きではコロニーは作れない。
そういうことだ。最近ではこのトーラス型を徳川型と総称するらしい。
Interesting. The diagram showing Beyond's position. This Beyond in the back here.
ビヨンドの模型だ。俺たちが今いるコロニーのな。
世界で最初で最後のシリンダー型コロニー。
Home for Beyonds. Still got the model in my office. Glad to hear that, man. That's the only model I ever built. What? Not bad, huh? So that explains it. Alright, let's have a look at our gang. It's a figure of Tokugawa. Sometimes I forget he used to be one of us. Now he's practically some kind of god. He's a shrewd guy. He used the Policenauts to promote the group a number of times in the past. These are really well done. They're like our doppelgangers. They got the best in the business on these. They were given every piece of data they had on us. Body measurements, hair samples, everything. They knew us better than we know ourselves. I remember them going over our bodies with a fine-tooth comb when we applied for the Policenauts. I heard they're going to replace these with animatronic robots soon. They're going to have us moving around like idiots? Using hydraulics and air pressure, yeah, and we'll even talk. The same Japanese company that made those animatronic dinosaurs is going to make them. You know the ones I mean, right? Who'll decide how we'll move? They've already got all the necessary data. They're working with the ISPA on them. They'll end up as some live-action show, almost indistinguishable from the real us. Animatronic actors that also speak. Wild. They did an amazing job with these. It's scary. It's a figure of Salvatore. It looks a little big for some reason. Well, he's the kind of guy who seems smaller than he actually is. Yeah, that's true. Sal's made some mistakes in his life, just like us. Ended up better off than us. At least he's got a decent job. Life-size figure of Salvatore. Gates Becker. It's a figure of Gates. One of the five of us, he was always most likely to end up chief. Yeah, now he's my boss. This is your figure. I think it's slightly better looking. Look at how they've got me smiling. I don't smile like this in real life. You think a lot of yourself, don't you? I guess I do. I never realized I acted that way. Kidding aside, they did a great job for sure. It's a life-size figure of you. This is me in my younger days. I'd never recognize you. Come on. I hate it when people bring up my age. It's my figure. Sweet. Alright, now let's go to the space corner. I'm glad that we went to the Beyond corner for that pleasant surprise with the mannequins.
ここが宇宙探査に関する展示がされているコーナーだ。
Inside this case, they have on display some messages, I suppose you could call them, that were sent into space to any extraterrestrials that might be out there. They were loosely related to the SETI program the US conducted for a while. They would attach them to probes that were being sent out in space. They have the metal plaque that was on the Pioneer probes and the gramophone record that was on the Voyager probes. I don't know if you guys have actually listened to it. I think you should be able to find it on YouTube or online somewhere, but you can actually listen to everything that's on that Voyager golden record that's still out there in space. It's actually quite an interesting little collection of information on that one. So cool. Messages from mankind to extraterrestrials. That's one of the Viking landers. There were 2 landers that landed on Mars as part of the Viking program. This is a Viking 1 lander replica, which touched down in Crest, Planitia on July 20th. Also July 20th, 1976. I saw what was left of it when I was there. The media dubbed it a reunion. That's the Voyager 1 interplanetary spacecraft. Voyager 1 traveled to the outer planets Jupiter and Saturn. It discovered Io's volcanoes and Jupiter's rings, as well as new moons around Saturn. It'll be making its way through the far reaches of the heliosphere about now. Inside that display case is a copy of the gramophone record carried on Voyagers 1 and 2. That's Pioneer 10. It was the first spacecraft to make a close encounter with Jupiter. That's only a replica, of course. The real one left the solar system a long, long time ago. Yeah, back in 1983 or something, before either of us was even born. So this is the Pioneer the information was talking about. Where is he? You know that case with the SETI stuff in it? There's a plaque, the same as the one carried on Pioneers 10 and 11 inside. Maybe there's some kind of message from him. Let's take a look. Okay. God, I love space. That's the curse of human lifespan, is I'll never really be able to live to see the full benefits of what we can do in space, I think, and that's immensely sad. This is a hologram of the solar system. A lot of the information used to make it came from the craft on display here. It's a shame there isn't as much exploration going on these days. Yeah, let's have a look. Golden record that's on the Voyager probes. It's a 12-inch gold-plated copper record containing greetings in nearly 60 different languages. Animal calls, sounds of nature, and a wide variety of music. Everything from classical to folk. They also included a cartridge and a needle for playing it. The case. This is the case. You asked me to look at this. It's a replica of the Pioneer 10. I didn't mean to go back to the coral hole. God damn it. No! I'm going to the wrong places. At least that doesn't take too long to move between screens. Alright. He's literally like, go and check out the plaque. Is there somewhere, like... Because this is a plaque for the model of the lander. Am I being dumb right now? Ed told us to go look at the case. I can't move to the case, though. I can only look. What? Oh, now he's talking about Mars. Oh, because of the bottom. Resemble a Martian surface. He's like, there might be a message on there. Am I not looking at the right thing? confused. Dazed and confused. What the fuck? He was talking about a message being on like a plaque. But there's only this plaque, and then this stuff. This is the golden records. Replica of the Galileo spacecraft. It's famous for launching a probe into Jupiter's atmosphere in 1995 and performing an analysis of it. It then did flybys of the 4 Galilean moons. I remember watching it when I was a kid. Now that was exciting. I can't do anything else. I thought it would allow me to like approach something, but I can only look. Oh my god, it finally...
何もメッセージらしきものは見当たらんが。
考えすぎだったか。
Clicks everywhere except like the very specific point that would actually have it look at the plaque. My god. I've been pressing buttons for ages. The man's raising his right arm is a sign of friendship. You can also tell its shape, the way it would move, and the number of fingers on the hand. Radial diagram. With this you'd be able to locate our solar system from anywhere in the Milky Way galaxy. This shows the 9 planets of the solar system and how the spacecraft came from the 3rd planet from our star. The distance between the planets is expressed in binary numbers. It's very interesting how much like effort as like goes into like this and like trying to communicate with extraterrestrials in multiple ways through like different means, like in like trying to figure out it. Like they're probably not going to be able to understand any of this, but we have to try and do a bunch of different stuff and see if it works, you know. I don't know the details, but apparently this represents the spin-flip transition of a hydrogen atom. This gives you certain universal measurements that play into other parts of the plaque. Drawing of the Pioneer spacecraft between the 2 people. You could deduce the size of our species with this. Oh yeah. To scale. Alright. Well, there's no message on that, so what do we do? What do we do? The plaque that's attached to the Pioneer crafts. Yeah, having like look and then look on this very specifically is pretty tough. It would have been nice if maybe it said like approach or something. There's no message, dude. What do we do? We're at the Beyond corner. Do we just play around until something happens? Monument to the Policenauts. It's a diagram showing Beyond's position. It's a life-size figure of you. It's my figure. Yep. Okay, move to the moon corner again. We're at the moon corner. Spacesuit. The area of spacesuits. Is there anything else? So-called Genesis rock that Apollo 11 brought back from the moon. It's not as special now as it was back then, of course. Is this the real thing? Yeah. Moon rocks are a dime a dozen now, but I suppose you could call this a first edition moon rock. I saw them selling them at the spaceport in OLA. They just sucked all that was special right out of them. Lunar regolith was once heavily sought after for experiments, since there was so little available then. That'll change with the 21st century. People would even go to the trouble of making their own regolith. That's how valuable it was. Okay. Space corner again. Oh! That's new.
あれ？この宇宙服は何だ？月面服がどうしてこのコーナーに？
ヨナさん、中に誰かいるぞ。
これは動く展示物か？
そうじゃなさそうだ。ようやくデートの相手に会えたようだ。
お前が電話の男か？顔を見せろ。
静かにしろ。そのままの格好で俺の話を聞け。騒ぐと怪しまれる。
Just act casual, says the man in the spacesuit.
音声も書いてある。
お前だな。俺たちを呼び出したのは。
そうだ。あんたら北条を探してんだろ。
北条の行方を知ってるのか？
どこにいる？奴は生きてるのか？
一人ずつ順番に話せ。いいな。
Okay. Look at this guy. Calls us out here, then turns up like this. It's a spacesuit from the Apollo program. The museum probably uses it for events. It'll be easier to move in than the displays at the moon corner. Yeah, the real ones weigh well over 100 pounds. Yeah, and he's just like... Stay casual, guys. I'm just here in my spacesuit. Oh, but there was an option to arrest. What the fuck? There's the American flag. Oh, shit. There's an option to arrest. I mean, what's stopping us from taking him? It's 2-on-1. Arrest the man in the spacesuit, and then interrogate him, and then find out what he knows. Let's play along for now. It's a reflective faceplate. We can't see his face at all. He must be really desperate to conceal his identity. Oh man, I love a good mystery, don't you? Oh, we can try and remove it. Let's talk to him first. Alright, what have you got for us? Ask about his identity. Why can't you tell us who you are? Whose side are you on? I can't reveal my identity. Not yet, anyway. My life is in danger. As I said before, you can call me 9 stars. 9 stars? I can tell you I know a lot about both of you. You'll know who I am soon enough, provided we survive that long. You expect us to just accept that and move on? Why does my identity matter so much, honestly? We'll know soon enough. He knows both of us very well. He, she, they know much about us. Do you not trust me? Of course not. We don't know who you are. Is my identity really that important? I've got information for you. What happened to Hojo? He betrayed them. He started selling it behind their backs. That's what's happening, apparently. Okay, so that's the 97 sets. Started selling it behind their backs. Them? It? So where is Hojo? He was eliminated a long time ago. That's what happens when you cross these guys. I'm going to end up just like Hojo and that woman. You're saying Hojo's dead. Damn. And that woman is talking about Lorraine. Damn, okay. Of course Hojo would have gotten eliminated. It's been weeks, and he last entered the Tokugawa building and never left. They've already taken care of his body. You'll never find it. Don't waste your time looking. Shit. Who's them? I can't say. Not out here anyway. Is it Tokugawa? Is Holmes Mafia involved? It's not that simple, okay? We saw a politician at Tokugawa's party. Are guys like him involved too? Were Hojo and Lorraine killed by them? Yeah. Screw with these guys and you're done. Done. You can't even begin to imagine. You'll be hearing from them soon, I'm sure. Oh god. Who's that woman? Hojo's wife. I think her name was Lorraine. Nobody's safe with these guys. Why was Lorraine killed? Hojo probably told her something he shouldn't have. You have no idea what these people are like. They would kill absolutely anyone. What's the it you mentioned? Narc, the semi-synthetic drug. They've been using DDSs developed at Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals to float Narc onto the market. That's the real purpose of the K series, to get Narc out there without anyone knowing. The newest one is K-9. It's nothing more than a vessel for Narc. Fuck. So K-9 is just a vessel for Narc. And Tokugawa is celebrating its launch right now, and 97 sets of it got sold elsewhere. I thought the selling point behind K-9 is the even dissolution of a drug in weightlessness. That's the official story, but a capsule with an osmotic pressure system is nothing special. K-9's real purpose is carrying and concealing Narc. Hojo and I started selling it on our own. It was my idea, everything was going to plan. Nobody should have ever suspected what we were doing. We don't believe you. We didn't find anything in the capsules we got from Hojo. And who's to say it couldn't somehow be traced back to you? You guys aren't seeing the bigger picture. Look, I don't want to end up like Hojo, alright? I'll point you in the right direction. I'll let you in on the secret behind Narc. To be more precise, where that secret is. Hojo made a copy of the CD-ROM. I knew it was going to be that CD containing a video on Narc. He created the original to show the Mafia and other organizations. The reason why it wasn't going to work in the music stuff is because it's a fucking video. It explains the trick behind the capsules in plain English. Which is really funny considering that this is a English translated version of the game. So, a CD-ROM. So this CD explains everything about them? Right, including how to use them. Why a CD in this age of optical computing? That's the point, to limit where you can read it. It wouldn't stand as evidence in court either. That's why Hojo used a CD. It's an archaic data format. Damn, and we know exactly where it is. Load the CD and it'll explain everything. That's all I can say for now. If you help me get to home, I'll tell you everything once my safety's been secured. Where is this CD-ROM? Hojo would have stashed it somewhere. I bet they don't even know that copy exists. If I had to guess, I'd say his house. There was that CD that didn't have any music on it. Could that be it? Hell yeah. The CD can only be read on a T-Gear 99, Tokugawa's network terminal. In addition, it works off a special boot method. You can't load it on any other read device. The CD's got state-of-the-art data encryption too. Even BCP couldn't read it? You guys get most of your technology from Tokugawa, don't you? Whatever you have, they're already on something else. Yeah, that is true. Almost all our equipment is patented by Tokugawa. They own the know-how as well, none of it's public. You'll need to go to a Tokugawa facility to load it. So there's the T-Gear in the hospital with that dude. And then there's the T-Gear under the supervision of that guard. So this is going to be interesting. I have a feeling we'd probably need to use the one at the hospital, but how are we going to get this dude to let us on it? We can't just waltz in there and expect them to help us. Who says we're going to ask? True. The boot method. There are a few steps you have to go through to get into the system. You'll need a Tokugawa ID card and employee ID codes for all this. First, it'll do a card check. Well, we've got an ID card. We have Hojo's card. So then what? Then it'll run a check to see if the person using the card really is a Tokugawa employee. Oh. Every employee has an ID code given to them based on family crests. You mean those Japanese things? Right. Select the ones it asks for and you're in. Okay, cool. So we just... all of this ties together now. All of that investigation we did at Hojo's house ties in. Because now we need to give the correct crest. After that, insert the CD. This is how they protect their data. So you can't access any of their files if you're not an employee, supposedly. Exactly. If you don't clear the checks, you'll be staring at a blank screen.
いいか、覚えたか？カモンチェックで T ギア99が使用可能になる。それから CD ロムをロードする。また連絡する。俺を信用しろ。言っておくが、俺の後をつけたりすんなよ。
待て、まだ聞きたいことがある。
北条の剣は氷山の一角に過ぎん。奴らはもっと恐ろしいことを行ってる。
もっと
Wow.
恐ろしいこと。
奴らはあんたらが思っている以上に根が深い。BCP にも仲間がいる。用心するんだな。また連絡する。じゃな。
Not surprised. It'll be Redwood. Redwood will be involved somehow, I feel.
帰っちまったぞ。尾行するか。
待て、ジョナサン。まずは CD ロムだ。あの男の言っていることが真実かどうか。あの男の正体についてはそれからだ。ホームなまりがなかったとすればビヨンズだ。
Okay.
ビヨンズならどこにも逃げやしない。しかし、
どうした？
タバコ臭いな。ひょっとしてお前タバコ吸ったか？
いや、手違いで火がついたんだ。もう消した。
危ないな。先折りタバコか。
ああ、先を折るだけで発火する。消すのも簡単だが。
気をつけろよ。人に見られたら通報されるぞ。
マークには一度見せてやりたい。
バカな、許さんぞ。ま、それはいいとして。
情報の真意の確認だな。
Okay. That's definitely gotta be... I don't know, that cigarette line, I was like, I didn't think that... if Jonathan... I don't know. I was gonna say maybe that cigarette smoke was gonna be a clue. We might encounter someone that also smells like cigarette smoke later on. But then, if there was any of that smell that would wipe off on anyone, it would be on that suit. And he's not going to be wearing that suit somewhere else, so I don't know. Very interesting encounter. We didn't try and reveal the faceplate or arrest him, but they're a beyond, so they're not going anywhere. And apparently this goes a lot deeper than we think. So let's leave. Well, we've got no choice but to trust what he told us. Why don't we stop by Hojo's house and look for that CD? Alright, let's go get that CD, and that'll give us a chance to, check that family crest again as well. Love this change of scenery. The change of time of day. No sign of him. Whoever he is, we better keep a closer eye on Tokugawa. I'll get Meryl and Dave on it. So, BCP has been infiltrated. I would say Redwood, but I'd be very surprised if he managed to get to Gates or anyone else. That's our car. Let's get out of here, boy. Alright, to Hojo's house. Hojo's house it is. You think that's where it is? Hell yeah, dude. We've seen that CD. All our thorough investigation work has paid off because now things click into place. That was a cool angle. I like that one. Different shot. I was expecting dialogue. Nighttime.
Hojo家だ、ジョナサン。
タレコミ屋が言っていた CD ロムを探そう。
I actually genuinely love that there's like time of day changes when you go to different locations and it plays different music for the mood. It's cool. The music in this game is so good. It's the front door. Can we comment on the time of day? The building's got a hint of Japanese architecture. This is just stunning. You don't see many houses this big on Beyond, especially ones with non-standard architecture. Non-standard architecture. All residential buildings on the colony have to follow certain architectural regulations. Even if you own the land, you can't just build anything you want. Sounds like fun. So is this place breaking the law? They'll get away with it because they're with Tokugawa. They make exceptions then. Interesting. You ready? I'll ring the doorbell. Hey Karen, sorry to disturb you at night once again. Oh, Jonathan, Ed. Again, come on in, no problems. Do come inside. What is it, Jonathan?
実は借りたいものがあるんだ。
ええ、何？
CD time, baby! CD's nuts! Let's go! You want to listen to some music? No, we didn't come here to sample BGMs. The CD the informant was talking about should be here. Which one was it again? Try to remember. It was definitely here. Which one was it? It's definitely not this standout little grey one here. There's no title on this one. This mark is the Hojo family crest. This is what the informant was talking about. There's no title. So let me grab it, because we can't play it. Can we listen to this? Sure, go ahead. It's just going to be nothing. Yeah.
これが CD ロムに違いない。ほら、見てみろ。
There it is, baby. The crest on it and everything.
家紋が書いてある。
北条家の家紋だわ。どういう意味かしら。
カレンさん、これを少し貸してもらえないかな。
ええ、どうぞ。役立つのなら。
よし、これを持って徳川製薬へ行くぞ。
Okay, we're doing it at pharmaceuticals.
の家紋表も見たことだしな。
これで ID チェックはパスできるだろう。
See, it makes dialogue that references us checking the thing. Where it's like, good thing we checked this, you know, like, because we actually already have. I love that. So we're doing it at Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals instead of, so we're not doing it at the hospital. It felt like the hospital would be the safer bet. We could try and convince that pharmacist to be like, bro, we need this. Convincing the guard's going to be interesting. I guess we're going to maybe get into a tussle. Karen? What's up? Just want to see if there's, yeah. Just want to see if now that there's a date, time of day changed, if we get some more information or some more dialogue, and we do. Do you know anything about this CD-ROM? Can't believe my father had that here. I had no idea he had that. So to your knowledge, you only have CDs? Yeah, Dad's collection. His CDs on the shelves there. We were right about Hojo hiding it among his CDs. I hope we don't end up getting Karen in trouble or caught in the crossfire of this because we've been making visits here and getting this stuff. You know this CD-ROM? Well, we need to know about Family Crest to load it. What does your family crest look like? Your Kamon. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, our... come on? Oh, our come on. The traditional Hojo crest is 3 triangles arranged in a larger triangle. Why do you ask? We found out Tokugawa used family crests for an employee password system. I see. I thought it was kind of strange having that thing up here. It's funny, this talk about CDs. There was a call from a woman saying that my dad had borrowed a CD from her. When I told her I didn't know anything about it, she hung up. She asked for a CD. The timing's a little too convenient. It was a woman. Do you have the call's data? No, it was encrypted. Plus, it was a voice-only call. A voice-only call. That's what people do if they've got some ulterior motive. I wouldn't call this coincidence. You think they found out about it? Good thing we found it before they did. Interesting. It was a woman's voice. Do you think it could have been Chris's voice? There's been nothing out of the ordinary besides the phone call. That's the first I've ever seen it. You really think that belongs to my father? Can't believe he had that here. Okay, let's go. We'll leave. Hopefully not get her in any trouble. Karen, I'll find your father. I'll find your father, I promise. I believe you, Jonathan. I'll put my feelings about you behind me for now. You can count on me for help. Actually, yeah. Are we able to break that news? Oh, sorry. We're outside Hojo's place. Are we able to tell her about what we've learned from the informant about Hojo? I'm going to go back inside just to quickly see if there was an option for that. Forget something, did we? It's okay, come in. I just had to see you again before we loaded the CD. I'm sure you did. Let's make this quick, Jonathan. Okay. Can we reveal the truth? Karen? Yeah? Dad's very jealous, more so than your average person. Just talking about parents. I don't think we can tell her. We've been told that he's been eliminated. Okay. That's an interesting point. I guess maybe we're not ready to kind of break that one to her yet, because we're still on the case. But Jonathan, maybe not the smartest thing to say, I promise I'll find your father, when we know that, like, we just got told that he's been eliminated. I guess we'll see. Maybe he hasn't been eliminated. Maybe Hojo's the informant, and he's faked his own death. I don't know. Anything can happen, really. Let's head to Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals.
うまく忍び込めればな。
Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals at night. I wonder. So this is our new loading transition driving screen, I guess, which is cool. I like that. That's neat.
Tokugawa 製薬に着いたぞ。よかった。誰もいないみたいだ。
こんな時間まで会社で残業してるやつなんかいないぜ。
そうとは限らん。日本系企業はそれで当たり前なんだ。24時間体制で働いてる。
じゃあ今日は
ビヨンド30周年記念の準備で休みなんだろう。
まあいい。早く作業を済ませちまおう。
ジョナサン、北条の CD ロムをロードするだけだぞ。絶対に無茶はするな。
分かってる。長いはしないさ。
Bit of BCP, B&E. There would be a guard on duty. There'd be security for even if it's closed. There would have, interestingly enough, probably been a shift change though. We can go inside any time with Hojo's ID. Okay, so you can just scan it. I wonder if there'll be a guard there though. Let's go inside.
いいかジョナサン、徳川の連中にこんなところ見つかるとことだぞ。どう見ても不法侵入だ。
見つからなければ問題はないだろ。
昔そういうセリフ何度か聞いて失敗しなかったが。
じゃ、エドはここにいろ。
わかった。行こう。お前を野放しにする方が危ないからな。
Alright, let's see. No guard at the front desk. Interesting. There's the camera right there.
ガードマンはいないぞ。
The camera is right here though. We've already been clocked by the camera. Don't step in front of the camera that have proof we broke in here. Pictures of me never turn out well. You really are one psycho son of a bitch, you know that? Interesting. So the camera's not even pointed at the front door, apparently, dude. According to this map, there are 2 large areas besides this hole, Hojo's lab and the other research rooms. Well, this is a good opportunity for us to check out the other rooms as well, huh? That's an interesting thing. Like, we could go down here. That's the lock system for this back door. That's the door leading to the back area. They've built it pretty tough. The tighter the security, the more you want to see inside. Better not touch it. Might have some kind of alarm. Okay, not doing that right now. It's the lock system for the DDS room's door. It opens when it reads an ID card with the required clearance. We can get in here with Hojo's card. Alright, let's go. Try Hojo's card on the door. Stealth! Sneak past that surveillance camera. Snake! You need a cardboard box, Snake. Okay. The T-gear is missing! Dude, the T-gear is gone. Oh shit. It's not there.
Fuck.
Yep, at the hospital. What do they do? Do they move the T gear at night? Do they hide it, or someone's tried to move it? Maybe. Huh. I wonder if that's not necessarily them wiping away evidence and removing stuff and the photo being removed, but it's kind of like silently removing any traces of Hojo, and they'll, you know, be like, we'll clear the lab out and put someone else in here, you know, type deal. So they've no more writing on the whiteboard, no more family photo, remove the T-gear. The internal video phone. Partition. These separated the DDS teams from one another. I guess we could always hide behind that partition if we ever needed to. Can't touch any equipment. The partial history of the K series. You think K-9 really is a NARC capsule like that guy was saying? We can't say for sure yet, but if it is, boy oh boy. You know what, another thing that's really neat in terms of detail with dialogue and stuff that gets added is you come back here and it's completely optional to go and check out this stuff again. To look at the K-9 stuff, to look at the whiteboard. Like, when you go to look at this same screen that you've seen before, the contextual information that you've been given now with NARC and stuff, they're like, oh, you think that it really has something to do with NARC. Like, you get additional writing. Instead of it just repeating the same stuff as before when you were last here, it actually adds new information. Like this. That's the mosquito. That's what got loose at BCCH. What a great day that was. Maybe Chris will have another one with her next time. Preferably a malfunctioning one. This ain't the time for one of your damned fantasies where we get to slap Chris's body, god damn it. But, like, it adds that detail, that follow-up, which is actually really neat, instead of it just saying the same shit. It adds more to it each time. I appreciate that detail. Let's leave. Let's get out of here. You think this will open with Hojo's card? I actually accidentally picked it. I doubt it. The security's several levels higher than the DDS room. I accidentally flicked up. Let's leave. We're not going to the back room. There you go. Time to go to the hospital then instead. We're outside Tokugawa Pharmaceuticals. No, don't go back inside. God damn it. Press the wrong button. Get me out of here. We're running a risky business here. Let's check out the T-gear at the hospital instead. See, that logically I thought that would be the one that we would have gone to check out first. Let's get over to BCCH and try the pharmacy's computer. A hospital at this time of night? We don't have a choice. This can't wait. Well, the hospital would be open. We'll just have to see. We will just have to see. Boy's pulling a late one tonight. I mean, it doesn't even look lit up.
BCCH に着いたぞ。この時間だ。診察はしていないようだ。
Okay. I would have expected it to be sort of like still hustling and bustling. But I guess like... Okay. The door's open. We can enter through here. How can something like this happen with the place supposedly run by computer?
いいか、病院へ入るぞ。
令状もないんだ。見つかると大事だ。気をつけるんだぞ。
もし見つかっても大丈夫だ。
どうして？
どっか具合の悪いところあるだろ。この際だから見てもらえ。
入院するくらいなら捕まった方がマシだ。
Oh, fuck.
さあ、行くぞ。
BCCH のロビーだ。誰もいないな。
Okay.
その方がいろいろと都合がいい。
こんな時間に捜査の許可が出るとは思えんしな。
So we have to go through the director's office. I'm fully expecting people to be here. I'm expecting this director's office to be occupied after hours. Because remember, Chris was with Tokugawa at that launch party. So I feel like she's willingly or unknowingly involved in some capacity. Let's go to the director's office.
薬局には理事長室を通らないといけない。
Let's see.
クリスには悪いが、無断で入るしかない。
Is anyone gonna be here?
よし、行こう。
She's here.
クリス
She's just chilling.
クリスさん、いたんですか？
ちょっと残業してたものだから。それよりもどうしたの？こんな時間に。もしかして不法侵入？
申し訳ない、クリスさん。
どうしても調べたいことがあったもんで。それに扉が開いてた。
理由はどうあれ、これはやりすぎね。
クリスさん、どうか署には通報しないでください。お願いです。
そうはいかないのよね、経営者としては。
クリス、こんなことがゲイツに知れたらますます立場が悪くなる。
本当に黙って侵入したりしてすいませんでした。
そうね。私に捜査の立ち会いをさせてくれるなら許してあげようかな。
本当？
ちょっと私も興味あるのよね、こういうのって。推理小説みたいでしょ。
わかりました。じゃあクリスさん、捜査に立ち会ってもらえますか？
What? Are you sure about that? You sure that's a good idea? I love that she was like, has it been... Oh no, I guess we did have dinner. Because we what? We like went to the party, then we drove. It's now nighttime. Was it this? Has it been a day, or is it still the same night? I feel like it's still the same. The party was happening during the day. Ish, because it was still daytime. Yeah, it must be the same night. So after the party, she's just got back in her lab coat and she's just chilling. I didn't expect to find you here at this time of night. What a pleasant surprise. Boy, you can turn that on like a faucet, can't you? You look tired. You must be really busy if you're working this late. If I don't stay on top of things, I end up falling behind before I know it. It's a nice smell. Perfume reminds you of home, so it's still lavender. I was wondering if it was going to be cigarette smell from the bent cigarette. She could be the informant. Wearing perfume or cologne is taboo and beyond, but I just can't stand the smell of drugs. This thing, right? You saw that before, didn't you? I know, man. Blonde hair. Mark also has blonde hair. He's a cute little guy. It's a long time ago. Well, I mean, actually, no, that doesn't make any sense. I'm so stupid. Because it was a long time ago. She was much younger. Mark is like a small child. I'm like, it's going to be the baby. Failing to really take into consideration that Chris was a lot younger back then. Alright, forget I said anything, guys. I'd rather not talk about that picture anymore. I was more focused on the mystery than the actual the realistic details. I'd be a terrible detective, guys. God damn it. That's a nice chair. Spent half my life sitting on it. Let's talk. Sorry we tried to sneak in here like this, Chris. There was just something we had to check. Yeah, you told me. So what's going on? Apologize. Interesting. Is Ashita working today? No, he hasn't showed up. He's supposed to be here. He's just skipping work? He's never done anything like this before. I can't get a hold of him. It was a nightmare at the pharmacy this morning. Okay, it's the next day. So it's the next day. I'll need to contact Tokugawa about it. Interesting. Do you think Ashita is the informant then? I wonder what could have happened to him. He's always serious about his work. That was the only good thing about him. Oh. Or maybe he's been dealt with as well due just to being linked. I don't know. You must have more important things to talk about than me, don't you?
実は CD ロムをロードしたいんだが、ここに徳川の T ギア99は
T ギア99は徳川グループ独自のネットワークコンピューターの端末よ。この病院のコンピューターとは異なるわ。そうね。でも薬局にならあるわ。石田が薬の管理を徳川とネットでつないで行ってたから。
閉めた。これでやっとロードで。
Let there be win. We definitely have one in the pharmacy. Okay. Sorry, Chris. I just had to see you. I can't stop thinking about you. You expect me to believe that? Sorry, Chris. Truly. We really are sorry. Cops shouldn't do things like this, we know, but it's right. You don't have to keep apologizing. I'll help you. I guess we show her the CD then. You want to load the data on that, right? Let's go see what's on it. Well, that means Chris is going to get Chris is going to get the showing the stuff as well. And her being so closely tied to Tokugawa's main squeeze, that might complicate things.
クリス、T ギア99を使わせてほしいんだが。
大至急重要なことなんだ。
そう。捜査令状か何かある？
もちろんない。
そうあっさり言われると。わかったわ。私見なかったことにするわ。
Okay.
ありがとう、クリス。
いいのよ。私あなたたちを見てると昔の頃を思い出して、ずっと昔のこと。さ、ついてきて。ロックを解除するわ。さあ、薬局よ。石田はいないわ。
ジョナさん、CD ロムを早くロードしよう。
What's this that was behind Ashita before? Of all the... It's a calendar. Wait, the year on this says 2047. That's 7 years from now. Oh, he told me he got that as a prize from somewhere. I don't know the details, but apparently if you mailed in these tokens, the company would send you something. That's right, I think it had to do with some video game. Yeah, that crowd does this kind of thing a lot. Collect all the tokens in a set and they give you stuff in return. Why do you think it's for 2047? An attempt at postmodern art? Hey, check out the guy in the middle. He looks a little like Jonathan, don't you think, if you change the hair and clothes? I guess they're just trying to be cool. This has nothing to do with the investigation. It's another game on the list to play, but I wonder if that's a reference to... I wonder if that's a Snatcher reference. Obviously, if it's 2047, I wonder if we look up Snatcher, which came out in 1988, which is so cool. But I wonder if that is set in 2077. I mean, 2047. Too much stuff in the future going on in in each year. 2077 is actually a very cool year, huh? For Cyberpunk and also for Fallout. It's the year all the bombs went off. It's funny the difference between different worlds and what they choose to do in their years. Like how 2077 can be a vastly different thing, depending on what universe you're in. I think it must be. It definitely feels like it would be a Snatcher reference. I'm just going to assume it is. Let's look at the T gear.
あったぞエド。
Here we go, Ed.
確かに T ギア99だ。
使い方は分かってるの？この端末は徳川の人間にしか使用できないって聞いてるけど。
任せとけ。偉い先生にじっくりと個人授業を受けたからな。
宇宙飛行士のな。ジョナさん、端末を使おう。
Okay, let's use it.
クリス、じゃ見ててくれ。今から面白い魔法を見せてやる。
ワクワクしちゃう。
Future 3D model. Is this like a holographic keyboard or something? I ain't seeing any keys, boy.
ジョナさん、電源を入れよう。
Touchscreen keyboard. First comes the power. I'm assuming it's gonna be one of these. 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 That's the Tokugawa Crest. It's the kind of machine you can picture Tokugawa making. I expected the logo to be a bit bigger though. It's one of these. I'm surprised the keyboard isn't wireless, dude. Maybe the power is, I guess, on this thing itself. This is the keyboard. It looks like one of those new models where you can rearrange the keys. It's made out of an LCD touchscreen. So you can rearrange the keys any way you like. Touchscreen keyboard, baby. T-Gear 99's keyboard. Hurry up and turn on the power. Is this a CD port? For optical discs or something? It's the slot for using the user ID card. That makes sense. I guess the CD drive would be like one of these things. Or this thing. That's a touch pen. With the widespread adoption of this pen, most of the industrialized world became virtually a paperless society. Let's hurry and turn on the power. No, I'm investigating. That's the T-Gear's high-resolution monitor. We have to turn the power on first. High resolution. 4K or not? It looks like the power button. Okay. I thought the power would be on the actual tower itself. Apparently it's not the easiest part, because I don't know where it is. Oh, that's so cool. How it lights up. Please insert ID card. The music's so good. Insert ID card.
ジョナさん、北条の ID カードを入れるぞ。
Put it in, baby. ID card verified.
ID カード確認。
よし、ID カードのチェックをパスしたぞ。次はこのカードの使用者が本人かどうかのチェックが入る。
なんだかドキドキしちゃうわ。
Initiating password sequence.
チェックを行います。次に挙げる人物の徳川社員コードを順に選んでください。指示された人物の徳川社員コードをモニターから選び、該当する家紋をクリックしてください。
All that from Please Authenticate?
いわゆる徳川社員しか知らない。
Only Tokugawa employees are supposed to have access. Okay.
社員コードなんてあなたたちわかるの？
任しといてくれ。予習済みだ。
Oh, nice. Hell yeah. Okay. Password puzzle time. It's this one. That's so cool. That's so cool. How neat. Something that is slightly bugging me that I find, I guess it would make it much harder for our gang to find the answers and to navigate the situation, but the whole fact that apparently Hojo has been dealt with, like eliminated, it feels to me like the first thing Tokugawa would do is make sure to wipe, like, I guess that really, I guess if they did anything out of the ordinary, it would sort of draw suspicion to them that they knew what would happen to Hojo. So I was like, maybe they, make his ID card invalid. They could do that. They're like, oh, to protect the safety because Hojo's gone missing, we had to, invalidate his ID card, you know what I mean? Or, flag it, so if it gets used, it'll show up in our systems, and we'll be able to, find him, or, it'll show that, as an error, so company secrets can't get leaked, you know what I mean? Especially for a futuristic company, it would make sense that they would find a way to, have the technology to do that, but, that's just kind of what I think. As, in terms of the realism that you'd go, you would kind of disable the ID card, don't you think? Alright, let's pick the right crest. Ishida. Wait. Give up? Wait, I'm confused. We're so close, Jonathan. Don't give up. What a stupid password system, honestly. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, hang on. Why is it pressing multiple things now? Oh, Hojo. I can't unselect ones after I've already selected it. Yeah, looks like we chose the wrong crests. What? Hang on. I thought I only had to do... Oh, wait a minute. It's asking me to choose one here? Oh, fuck me. Oh, it's asking us to choose all... Okay. That makes sense. Sorry, I've misunderstood. It's asking us to choose each and every crest. Fuck! I don't know that, man. It won't let me give up. I'm stuck in here now. Shit. That's the Hojo crest. That one's the Tokugawa crest. That's the Saito crest. Ah, fuck. I don't know if it's true or not, because it doesn't play us a little jingle. Oh, it did a beep. I guess it did a beep if it's the right one. Fuck, I don't know. Oh, okay. Ah, which one was Ishida's crest? One of these two? I think we got the first one wrong. We're gonna get locked out of this shit, dude. Oh, they changed positions too. And icons. What the fuck? Okay. Fucking, I don't know, man. I'm locked in this position as well. I can't go back to the... What are we gonna do? You sure you can do this, Jonathan? Just take your time. Let's have another go at it. Jonathan, weren't the family crests written down somewhere? You mean Hojo's study? No, somewhere closer at hand. Closer at hand. I can't refer to anything. Were written down. Oh, is he? I think it must be referring to a fucking player manual, dude. Something closer at hand. This is another thing of Kojima doing. Hey, you actually have it in your player manual. I need to look up the crests, dude. I wonder if I can look up the Policenauts manual. Do it that way. Policenauts manual. Let's have a look. I can find it. There you go. Policenauts manual. Let's have a look. This is so cool. I love the internet. The digital age where you can actually look up a scanned copy of the original the original Policenauts manual. It's actually so cool. It's in Japanese, but I'm looking for the symbols. There you go. The symbols are in the manual. Somewhere closer at hand. Oh, Kojima, you sly dog. Okay, so now we can actually figure it out. There you go, Tokugawa. That's funny. I also got Tokugawa's crest wrong. This one's the Tokugawa crest. This one is the Saito crest. Fuck me. Getting it all wrong. Sasaki is this one. That's great. I actually love Kojima putting his stuff in the manual and going, there must be something closer at hand. It's like, we need to contact Meryl. Her codex on the bottom of on the back of the manual, on the CD case. Oh, god damn it. And then Ishida. We're gonna get it correct this time, guys. I'm in, baby. That's a confirmation if I've ever seen one. Perfect. We referred to the manual as we're supposed to, which I think is a cool way to do it, instead of just like looking up the answer. It's also like that in the original Metal Gear games as well. I remember us having to refer to the manual to decode things in the original Metal Gear 1 and 2, which was a lot of fun to actually like do that and puzzle solve while having a document to refer to. We made it in. Let's disregard all those failed attempts. It's the T-Gear 99's keyboard. Alright, let's have a look. It's the monitors on. It's a touch pen. Okay, let's insert the CD. That looks like the CD tray on the right there. Okay. Well, the CD tray on the right. What the fuck is this CD? CD tray? On the bottom? I'm blind. So this is the pen. Go ahead and insert the CD. This is the ID card. Place. Card's already in the slot. Am I fucking blind, dude? This is the episode where for some reason I get stuck at multiple points. It says go ahead and insert the CD. This is where you insert the CD. Oh, there you go. Fucking... I'm just tapping it, dude. This is where you insert the CD. Oh, it's this sidebar thing. I'm trying to look for something that looks like a slot, but okay, that makes sense. It just comes out. Ah, that is not the CD tray that I'm used to seeing. Okay, there you go then. Far out. Comes out like that. Whip. Alright, Tokugawa DDS sales demo. Let's have a look. Chris is going to get all this information too, so it's risky, but the price we pay for information. K-9. Okay, let's see. Chris, look away. You're gonna get in trouble.
これまで徳川は皆様に数々の麻薬偽装輸送システム DDS を K シリーズ中心に提供してまいりました。K1 から K8 までさまざまな DDS を使った麻薬の偽装に精力を注いでまいりました。しかし残念ながらこれまでの商品はナーク麻薬を公に販売、誰にでも入手可能な DDS を作り出すというコンセプトを満足させる結果には及びませんでした。しかし今回の K シリーズの最新作 DDS はこれまでのそういった問題を全てクリアしうる可能性を秘めた商品です。ナーク麻薬を安全に、そして自在に売買できる、それが徳川の新製品
It's the 4 capsules? Oh no, it's multiple.
K9 なのです。では K9 の優れた偽装システムをご説明しましょう。
Okay, here we go.
ナークカプセルの特徴は薬剤を包むカプセルのゼラチンの中にナークをプログラムしているところにあります。ですから 新薬大衆薬を問わず、デザイナーズフードや機能性食品といったあらゆるものに偽装・流通させることが可能なのです。つまり内容物を変えることで流通経路はどのようにもなります。病院、薬店、スーパー、内容物にあった公の販売ルートがいくらでも広がるわけなのです。ナークカプセルは封入式ではなくキャップ式になっていますので、個人でも簡単に中身を取り出すことができます。そしてもう一つの偽装安全策を用意しております。いくらカプセル側にナークをプログラムしたところで公的な市場で流通させるにはあまりにも危険です。そこで徳川の最新テクノロジーはナークそのものを科学的に2つに分離することに成功。これらを別々のカプセルにプログラムすることにより、これらのカプセルを同時に服用して初めてナークの効果が得られるように。
That's why we've got multiple capsules.
私どもではこれをバイナリー麻薬と呼んでおります。カプセル自体へのプログラム、 A、B2 つのカプセル同時服用という2ランクの安全システムにより偽装効果はほぼ完璧となります。
That's why it wasn't picked up by
これでも麻
forensics.
薬取締りによる妨害も損失も恐れる必要はなくなりました。しかもナークカプセルは無重量化でも均等に素早く溶解する性質を持っております。宇宙での使用も問題ありません。それでは次に A、B の分離されたカプセルの見分け方をご説明しましょう。その見分け方はいとも簡単。それぞれのカプセル表面には製剤識別コードを兼ねた目印がつけてあります。この徳川のマークが目印となります。徳川の三つ葉葵の一部が欠けているのがお分かりでしょう。この欠けた部分を持つカプセルを割り符のように対にして服用するとナークとして作用する仕組みとなっています。これらはそれぞれ片方だけを服用してもナークの作用は全く現れません。したがって危惧される一般市場での事故は心配ありません。組み合わせのキャッチは徳川を一つにです。そしてこの形態ではあらゆる麻薬探知機にも反応しません。現存する探知機ではこれらを探知することは不可能なのです。いかがです。これが徳川のハイテクノロジーが生んだ DDS K-9 ナークカプセルです。我々はナークカプセルを自信を持ってお送りします。どうぞこの K-9 をあなたの取引に利用してみてください。皆様の良きご理解を期待しております。
And there it is. It's ejected everything. How do you feel about that, Chris? It's all right there.
なるほど。あのカプセルはやはり麻薬か。ロレインが預かったあの葉はこのトリックを伝えるものだったんだ。
徳川め、うまいこと考えやがったな。
こんなバカなことって。
これは一製薬会社だけの犯罪じゃないぜ。ましてや北条の個人プレーなんかじゃな。大きな組織がついてる。徳川にマフィア。
証拠がないぞジョンさん。相手が徳川となるとそれなりの切り札となる証拠がな。こんな CD なら誰にでも作れる。
証拠ならあるぜ。鑑識に預けたあのカプセルを調べ直そう。今度は中身ではなくカプセルの方をな。ロレインが命がけで守ったものだ。
この CD の内容が事実かどうか、もし本当なら大変なことになる。
Crazy, dude. That's our reveal.
こんな麻薬が私の病院から大手を振って売買されてたなんて。なんてことなの。この CD が事実なら病院だけじゃなくて
あらゆる薬にナークを隠すことができる。
薬店や薬局で売られたら止めようがないわ。
徳川とマフィアの狙いはそこだ。クリス、K-9 のサンプルがないか調べてみてくれないか。
They only got 3
分かっ
sets.
たわ。でも ここに置いていくほど彼らはバカじゃないと思うけど。
石田もグルだろうか。
可能性は高いな。北条側か徳川側かはわからんな。
どちらにせよ、ここにいれば K-9 の正体を知らなかったはずはない。
問題は石田が北条の共犯だとすれば、徳川もマフィアも石田を消しにかかる。
BCP へ戻ろう。カプセルを調べ直すんだ。
Damn, we're getting into the meat. We're getting into the big stuff. Right back to BCP.
BCP に帰ったぞ。監視課へ急ごう。
おお、おかえり。どうした、そんなに慌てて。
ビクトル、例のカプセルのトリックが分かったぞ。
カプセル？ああ、あの風邪薬か。
中身ではなく、中身を包むカプセル自体にナークが仕込まれていたんだ。ゼラチンの中にな。
なんとカプセルにか。それは思いつかんかった。
しかも A と B のカプセルを同時に服用して初めてナークとなる仕掛けだ。片方の服用だけでは作用しないんだ。
バイナリー麻薬、そんなことが可能なんじゃろうか。
それを今から証明するんだ。ビクトル、例のカプセルをもう一度分析し直してくれ。
残念じゃがそれはできん。ハモカプセルも AP が持っていった。あいつじゃ、あのレッドウッドとかクローズナーじゃ。
Yep. How the fuck did they know, dude? Oh my god.
なぜ AP が？
Shit.
あんたらがあいつらに頼んだんじゃないのか。わしはてっきり。
おかしいな。あのカプセルのことは AP には言ってないはずなんだが。
エド、AP へカプセルを取り返しに行こう。
We were warned.
わしにも見せてくれ。
We were warned. We were warned that, you know, there's people in BCP too. Redwood came and took the pills away. My god. Alright, it's about to get steamy. Oh, we're gonna make a mess of things as we blow the lid off this whole operation. It's so cool though. That was really neat. Hopefully we'll see where Chris's allegiances actually lie and if she'll be okay sitting on that information, but her life is now also in trouble for her knowing that information, so we will see. But guys, we'll bring this episode of Policenauts to a close with that one in mind, so thank you so much for watching. Next time, we'll confront Redwood, I suppose, and try and get these capsules back, so we can have proof, at least, physical proof, of the K-9 capsules containing NARC, which is a very interesting thing that they're trying to do. So I'm curious to see the motivations. We'll just have to find out next time.